Hey, hello, happy Thursday. I'm Chris Robin, aka at Detroit Beastie, here with Team Riser Fall to talk about some Beasties Boomers for Thursday, July 28th. And boy, oh boy, do we have some juicy action here today. I sound like a WWE, ringside kind of announcer here. But again, I was thinking about a lot of stuff this morning before I was going to hit record. And look, I mean, it's not a knock on me, but it's a shame not more people see these videos because I think I have a blast doing them. And I know you guys and girls love to watch them, so share this stuff with your friends. We'll see what we can get going with this video. And truth be told, I'm not one to really go, please like and share this video. I really need, it's just a natural occurring thing in my mind, I think. And to be fair, that's how it should be, buying, followers and buying likes and all that stuff. That's not for me, not putting anybody down, but after I get that off my chest, we're good to go. When we look at today's baseball schedule, it's sweet as pie. 8 games across the board in all formats, FanDuel, DraftKings, and Yahoo. 8 games, everything locks at 7:05. Yeah, there are games earlier, but we know here with the video, we focus on the main slate. Before I get into the stacks tool and the study hub and the batter matchups and all that stuff, make sure you go to the website. When you get there, use promo code Beastie. You're going to get $10 off your first month of premium services, and I've ran it into the ground, so it's okay. I'll say it one more time. That's a lie. I'll probably say it again tomorrow and so on and so forth there, but just get in now. You can play along at home. That's the line I always use. As I'm going through all the tools here, you can play along. And again, once we hit football season, which is like 2 weeks away in terms of all the content folks are going to be spitting out, mainly Team Riser Fall page, it's going to pay dividends. So use promo code Beastie. You'll get that. You'll get the chorus projections. You get the fantasy cruncher, all of that stuff. So let's talk baseball, okay? Let's get into my favorite stack of the day. And I have a little twist here today. As I said, I've been thinking this morning, had a couple cups of coffee, and I've always been just one game, four players, 4 or 5 players, but why can't I talk about an entire game in my video? So we're going to stack an entire game here, and we're going to have fun working through it because I've never, broadcasted how to stack an entire game before, but let's get to it. Under 10 minutes, can we do it? Let's see. I'll be right back. Here we are once again. You know what I'm going to say. I'm sure you've said it already before I have, but we are now in the driver's seat here at Team Riser Fall. The Discord channel right there, just in case you forgot, because I say it every 2 seconds in the beginning of a video. But my game tonight is the Cleveland Guardians playing against the Boston Red Sox here. And we look at this one, 7:10 start time. The weather's going to be gorgeous, 78 degrees. There is a 10-mile-an-hour wind coming out of this thing, but it looks to be from like the home dugout all the way past the Keystone and second base. So that's conducive to hits for guys like Jose Ramirez, Xander, Ahmed, JD. We can go down the list here. But when we look at this one here, just a quick money line here, it's not that far off. Boston, they're plus money at plus 100. Cleveland's minus 120. When you look at the pitchers here, Tristan Mackenzie, 7-6, 3-1 ERA, got 100 total Ks. That's beautiful. And for Boston, Cutter Crawford, this kid has come on the scene, and he's not been awful. He's 2-3. His ERA needs some work. It's at 4 or 4.5 or something like that. Half the Ks that Tristan Mackenzie does at about 48 here. And when we go on from the batter matchups, in my notes, actually, I have written down the Cleveland Guardians. So let's start with them, and let's just have fun with this sucker today. I'm going to go jump back and forth between Cleveland batters and Boston batters as we see fit. So first and foremost, it's got to be Steven Kwan, right? This guy's been hotter than a pistol. He started the season, he was like otherworldly, and people rushed to the waiver wire to pick him up, and then he completely disappeared for a short period of time. But boom, here he is again. And when you look at it, you're going to see this here, and I'm going to move quick through these guys because I'm going to mention like 8 of them because I love a full game stack here. But Steven Kwan, left-handed bat against Cutter Crawford, looks to be leading off. That is his saving grace here. If Kwan was like, stuffed down 7th or 8th in the order, I don't think he'd be as beautiful as he is leading off here. here. And when you look at some of his projections, I know this is the FanDuel batter matchups here. Again, as I said yesterday, green means go, red is, stop, and yellow. I'm going through yellow, but red here, it's really off-putting. But I'm telling you now, at 7.7% ownership, you're going to want a piece of that. And I'm losing my breath because I'm talking here. And I'll give you the, this is such an odd video because I'm trying to work things out on the fly here, but I like that. Something a little bit new than the old drab, you got to go check out Detroit Beastie's video. He gives you a stack. He's really good at it. It's fun, and then you move on 10 minutes and then we're done here. But to me, I have this game going absolutely nuts, like an 8-7 final here. That's why I wanted to stack this entire game. When we move down the list, and we'll check in on DraftKings for that one, in the Cleveland order, it's Ahmed Rosario, and here we go. We know him, came over from the Mets. He was their touted prospect, traded Lindor. That was all part of that whole thing here. When you look at Ahmed Rosario, he's in the 2-hole, and what I like about him, DK projection tier, is a B. Ownership is only 5.8%, and again, going against Cutter Crawford, I think some of these more veteran guardian hitters will have a beat on Cutter Crawford, let's say here. So Ahmed Rosario, Steven Kwan so far, and it goes without saying, in the 3 spot is Jose Ramirez, and I'm going to look up his projection for this one because, again, correct me if I'm wrong, but you can't really correct me right now because it's the morning or early afternoon whenever you're watching this. When you look at Jose Ramirez today, look at his projection, basically 16 total points on FanDuel. His ownership percentage, though, is 13.6. That's all well and good. A's across the board, passes the test with flying colors. Jose Ramirez, write this down. You can pull the clip, whatever you want to do. Jose Ramirez will hit a bomb today over the Green Monster here since they're playing in Boston. And again, Ahmed might be on base. Kwan might be on base. So right off the bat, the first 3 players I mentioned could come around and score in the addition of a bomb from Jose Ramirez. So now that we're rolling, I'm all juiced up, jacked up, however you want to put it. In the 4 spot right now, as you can see, is Josh Naylor. This guy really speaks to me. He gets it done. He gets all these big hits. He headbutts his coach while he's wearing his batting helmet. This guy is a monster. He does not care. We know he's got a brother that plays somewhere else where, I don't know. Won't waste your time with that. But look at Josh Naylor right now. FanDuel value tier is an A. And when you look at his price tag, that's all in relation to price tag. The value tier is because of his price tag. So let's scroll over here. And when you look at Josh Naylor, only $3,200, right? And so Josh Naylor coming across here, he's yellow. Yellow FanDuel rating, 41.7%. As I've said, once already today, once yesterday, yellow lights, I'm going through it, especially from being in Detroit, yellow lights, but we go past, even red lights. I stop, I look both ways, and I'm right through those suckers here. So I use the same kind of adage here when I'm building my DFS line. So Josh Naylor needs to be on our radar tonight. And per usual, just in case, one of these guys, let's say Josh Naylor gets bumped down last minute and he's like batting 7th, or Steven Kwan gets bumped down. Do I see that happening? I don't know. Anything can happen. But let's talk about Franmil Reyes. I mentioned him yesterday in Beastie's Boomers. I made a nice graphic for him. And look, the lone green A for Franmil Reyes here in the FanDuel value tier. Let's look him up on the DraftKings projection kind of thing and see what we got. And I know in my notes yesterday, I'm going to just not pull this out of the air because I had it written down yesterday. But Franmil Reyes, right? He has, I think I wrote down, he's got like 20 bases on balls, but he's got 120 strikeouts. So that ratio it's not good news. But hey, he swings for the fences, and when you're playing DFS, that's what you're after, and that's why I do what I do. Let's find a Franmil Reyes, and maybe he struck out 17 times this week, but right now, right here today in this video, I think he'll hit a bomb. So that's just the give and take and the love that I have for DFS. Franmil Reyes, as you can see there, projection at around 8.21. That's all well and good. As I normally say, 6.8% ownership. I have no issue rostering him. Let's go through the Boston guys really quick, because I'm sure we're probably pressing 7 to 8 minutes here. I don't want to keep us here all day, although I would love to do it, and I know a lot of you would love to just hang with me all day, but that's not reasonable because we have jobs and careers and families and all that stuff, so we can't live in a DFS bubble. So briefly, when you look at Boston, Let's actually isolate Boston, so that way I'm not speaking over Cleveland as I've already done. So we'll isolate Boston, and boom, here we go. Xander, JD, Jaren Duran is a nice little move here, and as you can see, although I'm pointing at the screen, you can't see that, so I should use the cursor, right? When you look at Jaren Duran, this rookie, he gets on base and then he will steal every once in a while, and I want Boston to tell this kid, look, you have the tools, you know how to read a pitcher, and tonight, Tristan Mackenzie, yes, was a stud prospect. He's coming into his own. He's a tall, lengthy kid, but he still might tend to make some mistakes. He hasn't jumped into that realm of stud all-star pitcher yet. So Jaren Duran, please, if you hear this video, steal a couple bases tonight. Make me look good here. And when you go over there, only 8.3% ownership. Xander Bogaerts, A's across the board. You cannot go wrong with Xander Bogaerts at a premium position like shortstop here. And in the 4 spot, I miss him here in Detroit, JD Martinez, and that's about it. Let's go to FanDuel briefly and look at a few Boston ownership percentage numbers, tiered numbers. You'll give my face again, and we'll get the heck out of here. When we look at Xander, again, projection tier is an A. His projection right now looks to be, let's bring it up here really quick if we can. We'll look up Xander here. That's an easy one to spell. You probably XAN, and bam, there he is. Oh, actually not. Xander. Let's give it to me. Give it to me. Here it is. Here it is. Anything? No. Xander, projection. Cannot find it. Maybe I just got to scroll down a little bit. And, oh, yep, there it is. Look at his projection is 9.3 on FanDuel, and that's all well and good. I think he doubles that. So when you look at his projection, Xander's projection on DK actually 9.3 points. That's why his value tier here is an A, because I'm telling you now, the computer knows he's going to smash that. He's going to 2-3 times that value here. So you're looking at what? 18, 27 points on DK. That would be outstanding. So let me bring my face back in here, and we'll get rid of this the study hub, and we can really get. And here we are back at it. And shoot, I only kept it to 9, 17. 18, 19 as we're going through, so under 10 minutes would be fantastic. So I'm going to hold my breath, and I'm going to get everything out like the Micro Machines guy here. Make sure you go to the website, use promo code BEASTIE. You'll get $10 off your first month of premium services. You get stacks, cores, values, everything you need, private Discord shows, and I'm telling you, baseball season, dog days of summer are here upon us, but it's a good investment for next month and into the NFL season. So until I see it tomorrow, be good. Stay hydrated. It's still hot out there. It's just around the corner from August. And as I said, final score of this game, 8-7. Boston wins this, or excuse me, Cleveland wins this one 8-7. Maybe Boston wins this one 8-7. I don't know. Don't care who wins the game. Let's just stack this sucker up from both sides. I'll see you tomorrow. Be good. Bye-bye.